College graduates owe more in student debt than they owe in credit card debt and car loans combined. In fact, Americans currently owe somewhere around $1.7 trillion in student loans. That's greater than the economy of Canada. Wall Street Journal reporter Josh Mitchell writes all about it in his new book. It's called Debt Trap: How Student Loans Became a National Catastrophe.
And Josh Mitchell joins us live this morning. Good morning.
Yes, hi, thanks.
Appreciate you joining us. Well, let's start with the title here, calling it a national catastrophe. That is a pretty bold title there, but a lot of people, how else are they going to pay for college?
Sure, and the reason why I said that is you take a look at how many people are in default on their loans. There's a very high level. Right before the pandemic, when the economy was actually pretty good, 1 in 5 people were at least 3 months behind on their student loans, and that was in a good economy. Just to put that in perspective, at the height of the housing crisis, only 9% of mortgage debt was 3 months behind. So we have a lot of people who are in default on their loans, a lot of people who owe way more than what they're earning. And they can't even make the monthly payment to cover the interest, and so their balances in a lot of cases are rising.
Can you explain how this all happened? The cost has gone up 5 times the rate of inflation since 1980. How did that happen?
Well, it's probably about more like 3 times, but yes, it's gone up way above inflation. Colleges raise prices because they can. The government basically gives families a blank check between parents and students themselves. You basically can go to any college you want to study any subject at any price, and the government will sign that check. And so colleges know this, and they have raised their prices persistently over time. And it's all under this idea, this notion that student debt is good debt, that it'll automatically pay off with a job. Now, on average, that does happen, but the average obscures a lot of problem areas. And so families have had to take it as an article of faith for years and years and years that college is a great, surefire investment that will automatically pay off. Schools tell them this, and they raise their prices under that idea.
You're right that students and parents many times don't know what they're getting into. Do you mean that they're not reading the fine print, that they're just, signing anywhere they're told to sign?
Well, the problem is in a lot of cases there isn't fine print. You go to the school, and this is what it's been like for years, and you say, I really want to go to this college, and the college says, great, this is a great investment, and you basically press the computer key. There's no assessment of your credit history, of what the earning potential of the field of study that you're going into, what that's going to earn you, how much debt you're taking out compared to what you'll earn afterward. There's no assessment of that. Basically, you press the computer key, all of a sudden, you're in thousands of dollars in debt. And by the way, you take out multiple loans a year over 4 years. This is not like a mortgage where you get one note and the bank tells you this is how much you're going to pay over this many years. You basically find out how much you owe at the end of the 4 years.
So what do you tell people to do? Do you see this turning around, or if a kid needs money and they want to go to college, based on everything you've researched, what do you say the best way to go about paying for college is?
I think 2 things. Well, one, we have seen a positive shift. The Education Department in Washington has, in recent years, started to put out more data to show what you can expect to earn and how much debt you can expect to get into, not just by your school, but what you study within that school. So pay attention to that. Look at the numbers. Also, don't get caught up in this prestige game. Schools like to, hammer in this idea that you have to go to this particular school if you want to be successful. There are cheaper options. If you want to do the more expensive option, fine. Just be aware of what you're getting yourself into. But there are cheaper options in the public sector, to your public colleges, transferring to 4-year public colleges. Just look at all of your options here.
You say that some schools are doing a good job in making some changes, specifically the University of Minnesota. What is that school doing differently?
Well, some schools, I don't know particularly about that particular school, but there are schools that are really under pressure to rein in their prices, to discount their prices more for families, and that's because families, I think, in recent years have become more skeptical of college. And one way it's sad, polls show that families have lost their faith in higher education as being quote-unquote worth it. However, I think that could also be a good thing if families are a little more skeptical of this notion that, college is a surefire investment. They're paying more close attention to what the price is and whether it is actually worth it. And they are, in a lot of cases, choosing cheaper options, and schools are being forced to respond to that.
All right. Well, if you want more information, you can follow Josh Mitchell on Twitter. He is JM Mitchell. WSJ, and the book is The Debt Trap. Josh, thanks so much for joining us.
Sure, thank you.